Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have something from Adidas yet again. Let's open up the box and see what we got, because today we have a very awesome, I love these shoes. Adidas Terrex Soulstride. Check these out. First of all, they look awesome. Alright, they're like the coolest trail running shoe that you can get, I think, in my opinion. But they're super comfortable, they're lightweight, the lacing system is really good, the outsole is fantastic. But if you want to know everything about the shoe, if you really are serious about buying, stick around for the whole review, because this review is not any regular shoe review. This review is specifically for my ultimate survival shoe section. Basically, if this wasn't just your trail running shoe, but assuming you were wearing it, something bad happened. Well, maybe combat, tactical situation, or maybe some kind of disaster, natural disaster, whatever. You come up with your survival. I'm sure these past few years have been very good for your survival imagination. Alright? If you're not preparing yet for survival, you probably should be. And what if these shoes is the shoes that you had, that you've been wearing during your survival? Would they be good for your survival? Well, how do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin criteria number 1, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level of all the boots and shoes that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run, non-stop, and then a 5-mile walk, non-stop, and then I continue wearing the shoes for the rest of the day so that the total wear time is 8 hours. Yes, you got it right, non-stop. Like I said, I love the comfort level of these shoes. There are a few factors that contribute to that comfort. Let's start with the first one, the weight. And I'm thinking this should be somewhere around, either 12, maybe into the 13 zone. Let's see if I'm correct. This is, by the way, size 10. Ha! Man, I'm getting really good at this. Wow, look at that. It went from 12.9 to 13. Okay, yes. So I didn't measure them beforehand. Just saying, all right? Very good weight, I have to say, because usually, you know, I'm usually recommending, whenever it comes to the weight, something under 15 ounce whenever it comes to the shoes. If you find something under 15 ounce, good, it's going to be more on the lighter weight. Over 15 ounce, a little bit, not a big deal, but the more you get over 15, then you get into that bulky, heavyweight category that you really don't want, because after a certain amount of time walking, running, you start getting fatigue. This is really good. So Adidas did a really great job, especially considering how massive the outsole here is. But we will talk about the outsole later. Now, let's talk about the flexibility of the outsole. Like outsole, I mean like the traction stability we'll talk about later. But the flexibility of the outsole, it's bulky, but as you can see, there's still decent amount of flexibility, so you can run properly. Also, what I wanted to point out, the creasing here, the spots where the shoe creases, the fabric is very soft on the top, so it does not create any bad pressure points. Alright, let's move on to the inner sole. I'm gonna try to take it out of the shoe. Hopefully I will succeed this time, because man, no, you know what, I'll just leave it because it's sticky, it's stuck to the bottom. Basically, there is a little bit of arch support, as you can see. There is really no heel bed whenever it comes to the heel. If you like more flatter inner soles, not too cushiony, just firmer, flatter inner soles, you're gonna appreciate this. Now, whenever it comes to the padding, as you can see, there's padding in the tongue, padding in the shaft here, as you can see in the heel, and throughout the whole shoe, you have a very nice, from the inside, this feels very nice and soft, very good. Alright, overall on the comfort level, great job Adidas. Let's move on to the criteria number 2, proofing and protection. Okay, these are not waterproof, and honestly, I don't care about waterproof shoes, just because there's not enough clearance for waterproofing anyway. Now, whenever it comes to the protection, as you can see at the front, this is not just a design pattern, even though it does look cool, but this actually does add functionality, adds a little bit more of the protection and reinforcement. Still, the toe is soft, don't drop anything on top of it. Obviously, you have plenty of protection from the bottom, but we'll talk about the outsole later. You have no protection, obviously, in the ankles. just because this is a shoe, just saying. And then the heel, you have this little kind of extension to give a little bit extra protection, and the heel is reinforced. So for the shoe, decent. Let's move on to the criteria number 3 now. Quality and the design features. Quality wise, Adidas Terrex, now I have reviewed quite a few things from them, and I have to say, overall, I am very impressed with Adidas Terrex, Adidas Outdoor Terrex. They're doing fantastic job whenever it comes to outdoor stuff. The people who are designing these shoes, they know exactly what trail running is, what hiking is, what backpacking is. They're not those that just, oh, we're a big brand, Adidas. Let's make a line of outdoor stuff that has nothing to do with outdoors. No, this actually is really good. I would not mind taking this out on a trail run or a hiking trip, light hiking trip. Granted, that I don't need protection in the ankles or anything like that, or waterproofing for that matter. But overall, quality-wise, fantastic. And I put the link in the description below for Amazon. Check it out. There are some reviews there, so people do like these. Whenever it comes to the design features, lacing system, that's what I talk about usually here. As you can see, very basic, very simplistic. Now, if you guys watched any of my previous reviews, you know I'm not a fan of flat, thin strings. But here they actually work very well. It's actually pretty good. Obviously designed for lightweight, being lightweight in mind. No fancy loops or anything like that, just a fabric overall. But it works. It works very well. It's easy to untie and easy to tighten up. So no complaints here. Let's move on to the criteria number 4. Outsole. Traction stability. So whenever I do my run and my walk, and sorry, somehow this is supposed to be the new pair, not the used pair, but somehow it's not very new looking. But whenever I do my run and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces, starting with some tarmac, asphalt, dry sand, wet sand, dry grass, wet grass, rocky road. Every time I have to go through all of these. I wish maybe I will just put them on the screen one day. Don't procrastinate and actually do it. But I tested on a variety of different surfaces. And this outsole is great. It handles very well on pretty much everything. As you can see, it's very flat, so it performs very well on sandy surfaces. But at the same time, it has decent amount of aggression, so it performs great on slippery surfaces, like, for example, wet grass. Very simplistic, so there is nothing, no rocks can get stuck in between anything. So I'm a huge fan of this outsole. Very, very good. And the quality of rubber is very nice. It even performs good on flat, shiny surfaces, which is honestly, I would say, kind of surprising. But let's move on to the criteria number 5 now. Temperature. Obviously, pointless to talk about the cold. It has nothing to do with cold. But for hot summer days, fantastic. Very nice, very breathable. I especially love this fabric that Adidas is using because it's just so breathable. It's really, really nice. So temperature-wise, I would say, for hot temperatures, I mean, for cold temperature, I don't know. I really don't know who would wear this in the cold. Just don't wear them in like winter, snow, whatever, because you're going to get wet. But let's move on to the criteria number 6 now. Sizing. True to the size, no problems there at all. Usually I recommend getting half size bigger. With these, you really don't need to get a half size bigger. Just get the normal shoe size. And I don't know if I mentioned in this review. Sorry about my beat up arms. There was a climbing gym a few days ago. Anyway, let's move on to the criteria number 7. Balance of application. So, if this really was your ultimate survival shoe, would this be good for your survival? Or would this get you killed? Honestly, I think I will buy myself one of these. Just for the survival situation. And I'll explain why I say that. Okay, look at these. They look like a cool looking, very cool looking, regular sneaker that you can wear on a daily basis, look cool, alright? You go to work, you go to a date, you go to a grocery store, you go to a gym, and this will work good everywhere. Literally everywhere, because it looks very inconspicuous. It looks like a really cool, nice, regular road, whatever city sneaker. But it isn't. It isn't, because it is designed for the outdoors. It's designed for trail runs. It's designed for hiking. Because the outsole, it can handle a variety of different terrains. It's very lightweight compared to a lot of regular sneakers that you get, I don't know, they just don't know how to make lightweight sneakers these days for whatever reason. The outsole has plenty of protection, so you can actually walk through more or less serious terrains, like a rocky terrain. This will handle very well because it's not flimsy, it's on stiffer side, and there's plenty of that cushioning for you not to feel those rocks. So with all of that being said, it makes it a very, very appealing option for as an everyday survival shoe, something that you wear on a daily basis, knowing that if you need to run, if you need to climb, fight, whatever, go through different terrains, it's a pretty good option and you don't look weird wearing it every day. And the very last criterion here is criterion number 8, the price, $79.57. The link is in the description below for the Amazon. Really good price, I think. In that price range, there are a few good options from Amazon. Of course, from Amazon. But from Adidas, there are good options. There are a few good options from Saucony, from Columbia. Salomon La Sportiva not so much, because then you're getting in the $100 category. So in that $80 category, this is a fantastic option, and honestly, with other brands, it's I would say it's a little bit hard to compete for everything that you are getting here. But you guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this shoe? Would you consider it as a hiking shoe, trail running shoe, or would you get it as your ultimate survival shoe? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. This was Ultimate Survival Gear. I'll see you guys in the next video.